So, I'm Greg, and I've lived in Spain for 11 years. Hi, I'm Greg, and I've been living in Spain for 3 years. That's the present perfect. That's the present perfect continuous. And in this lesson, I'm going to explain how and when we use each one, and I'm going to explain how both of those sentences are actually correct. Are you ready? Hello, I'm Greg from EnglishWithGreg.com. On this channel, I teach you advanced British English pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary to help you master English conversation. That's the goal, and these two tenses are very important to know if you want to have an advanced level of English. So in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to form each tense. I'm going to give you examples of each tense. I'm going to explain how we know which one to use depending on the situation. I'm also going to teach you some very important exceptions, and I want you to stay until the end of the video and leave me a comment using both of these tenses. Okay, so let's begin. First, what is the present perfect? Well, in the example before, I said I have lived in Spain for 11 years. So the structure of the present perfect is the verb to have plus the past participle. So I have, you have, it has, plus the past participle, which is taken, eaten. It's the third one if you learn the eat, ate, eaten. I have broken, I have lost, I have cleaned. Okay, but when do we use this? Well, there are two main situations when we use this. One is where an action happened in the past, but it affects the present. Some examples of this are, I have broken my computer. It happened in the past, but it affects the present because right now I cannot work. I'm sad because I have broken my computer. He has lost his job. Again, it happened in the past, but it affects the present. All right, he has no money. He can't come shopping with us because he has no money, because he has lost his job. And he has cleaned the house. Wow, the house is looking brilliant. It's beautiful. Why? What happened? He has cleaned the house, okay? It's a beautiful house because he has cleaned it. That is one situation in which we use the present perfect, and the other is when we are talking about something that happens in an ongoing period of time. Some time that started in the past, but it hasn't finished yet. So some examples of this are today, this week, this month, this year, ever. If we use the word ever, then it's basically a synonym of in my life. And your life started in the past, but it hasn't finished yet. So we need the present perfect. For example, I have visited the monument 3 times this year. This year is a period of time that hasn't finished, so I use the present perfect. I have drunk 3 cups of tea this morning. Again, this morning hasn't finished. I'm talking in the morning and it hasn't finished. So I have drunk 3 cups of coffee this morning. Have you ever lost your phone? So I'm asking you, have you ever, in other words, in your life, ever? So I need the present perfect. So that's simple. Ish. What about the present perfect continuous? We form this in a very similar way. It's the verb to have, I have, you have, then the word been, from the verb to be, I have been, and then the ing form of the verb. For example, I've, short version of I have, I've been trying. I've been thinking, I've been thinking, I've been designing, I've been designing. So that again is pretty easy to form, but when do we use it? Well, we use it when a continuous action, okay, a continuous action, not a bam action, but a continuous action started in the past, it's still relevant now, and will probably continue in the immediate future. We're going to need some examples, aren't we? So let's have a look. I've been trying to solve this problem for weeks. I've been trying to solve this problem for weeks. So, trying, trying to solve a problem. That's a continuous action. It's not something that just bam happens, like dropping your phone on the floor. No, it's a continuous action. I've been doing it for weeks. So I started in the past. It's continuous. It's still relevant now. And it's something that's going to continue in the immediate future. If I don't solve the problem today, of course, I will try again tomorrow. Okay, another example. I've been thinking of moving abroad. I've been thinking of moving abroad. So again, it's a continuous action. It started in the past. I'm still considering the idea, and it will probably continue in the immediate future. Okay, one more example. I've been designing a new website. I've been designing a new website. Okay, so it's a continuous action. It started in the past, it's happening now too, and it's not finished. So it will continue in the immediate future. Okay, so as always with English grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, basically everything, there are always exceptions. That's what makes English so much fun. And with this topic of grammar, we do have two very important exceptions that you really need to know if you want to use these two tenses correctly. The first one is that we can't use a continuous tense for stative verbs. What's a stative verb? Well, basically, it's not an action, it's not a continuous action, it's not a bam action, it's more of a state, like I am happy, I am English. They are states. I know you, that again, it's a state, it's not an action, it's not bam, I know you. No, it's just a state. Yeah, we're friends, I know you. So we can't use the continuous. Imagine, I can't say I am being happy. No, that's incorrect and always will be. I have been being happy. No, we don't need that. I have been knowing you. No, incorrect. It's not possible to use a continuous tense with these stative verbs. And exception number 2 is with the verbs live and work. Yes, for some reason, they are bigger and better than this grammatical rule. And with these two verbs, live and work, we can usually use them interchangeably. Like, it doesn't matter if you say, I have worked for the company for 4 years, or I have been working for the company for 4 years. I have been teaching English for 15 years. I have taught English for 15 years. Both are correct, both mean the same thing, and you can use both interchangeably. However, if you're talking about life experiences that you have had in the past, you would use the present perfect because your life isn't finished and the action has finished. For example, I live in Spain now, but in my life, I have lived in England, I've lived in France, I've lived in the States. But I say I've been living in Spain for 3 years because that is something that started in the past, it continued until now, and will continue in the immediate future. In my very first example, when I say I have lived in Spain for 11 years, that is also true because I originally lived in Spain for 3 years and then went to England for 2. Then I went to Spain again for 5 years and then I went to the States. And now I've been living in Spain for 3 years. So because I'm talking about my life experience, some of which has finished, I say I have lived in Spain for 11 years. But when I'm talking about this particular period of living in Spain, that started 3 years ago, it's continuous until now, and it will continue in the future, so I use the present perfect continuous. That, to be honest, is quite an exceptional situation. Don't worry too much, just know that under most circumstances, you can use I have lived and I have been living interchangeably. And you can use I have been working and I have worked interchangeably, and they both mean the same thing. So here's one more example using the two tenses. So if somebody asks me, hey Greg, do you have any teaching experience? I would say, yes, I do. In my life, I've worked in academies, I've worked as a private teacher, I've worked in state schools. Okay, these are life experiences which have finished, and I have been teaching online since 2010. I've been teaching online for 2010, present perfect continuous. It started in the past, it's a continuous action, it's still happening now, and it will continue in the immediate future. Boom, easy. All right, your turn. I want you to write one sentence using the present perfect continuous and one sentence using the present perfect in the comments below. Always practice what you learn in these lessons, and I can't wait to read your comments. Okay, as I said, if you want to speak advanced English, this is the type of grammar you need. You should also really know how to use tenses like the past continuous and past perfect continuous. So I definitely recommend you watch that video next. And in that lesson, I teach you another advanced point of grammar in which we use the past tense to talk about the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.